Kind of weird. So trying a new setup here, as you can see by my slightly obstructed camera here. I recently picked up a new camera, and so I want to use that for other stuff. But if I'm going to be live streaming, I think the easiest thing to do is still just to do it from my phone. So welcome back to the garage. I'm Uncle Quiche, and we're gonna be continuing the car strip down here. I'm gonna turn the camera around here and hopefully. Oh, there's no visors in here. Never noticed. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna be attaching it to the visor, but I'll attach it somewhere in the car. That way the camera's functioning and we can hang out while I attempt to get this thing a little more taken apart. So I was able to source the bulkhead harness and the front harness out of a 2.5 RS, a 2000 2.5 RS. So basically the main difference between my Impreza Outback Sports and the 2.5 is the engine. So it's a 2.2 in on my car and my wife's car instead of a 2.5. And then the 2.5 never came in the wagon. So there's sedan and coupe chassis, so 2-door, 4-door. So, it's a process of trying to figure out what fits and what doesn't. I know all of those parts are interchangeable there. In the older cars, fortunately, it was a matter of all of it kind of being designed the same and then the pinning being slightly different depending on if there was a rear hatch or something like that for the lights to be activated by. And those are all separate parts. However, the Impreza that I bought, the WRX wagon, that is the donor car, so the fuel lines, the electrical, the pretty much everything out of this car will end up needing to be sent out to be merged with that other harness. And so we're kind of in the middle of trying to tear everything apart without breaking anything, and me just not losing steam. I think this has definitely been a new experience for me. My confidence, I think, has been a little bit shaken just because this is completely new and uncharted territory for me. I've I've never done anything this extensive, so I know I say that all the time, but every single time I run into new stuff where I think, man, if somebody was around who kind of had done this before and knew what I was in for, or rather, would they be willing to get their hands dirty to kind of help me figure out the next steps, that would be really cool, really easy, and probably make things go way faster. But because I'm just figuring it out as we go, we'll get there when we get there. So I'm going to turn the camera around and kind of let you know where I got to last time. I'm pretty sure it's going to be just as slow. Unfortunately, at this phase, especially with the level of things that I don't know and am coming up against, there's just a lot that's going to be slow and not very efficient. But I think that's why I'm making it in this format, uncut, because when people say that it takes hundreds of hours to do one of these projects, when you don't know what you're doing, that's absolutely true. If you have a bunch of people who've done this before and are experienced, or at least know their way around the car, it's not so bad. But in my situation, simply because there is really little to no guidance and I am figuring it out as I go, it is what it is. So it's all good. It's part of the process and part of the fun. And I think the main thing, especially for anybody who's trying to tackle something like this, is to not get discouraged simply because it's taking a long time. Because it is easy to feel discouraged, and it is easy to feel like, this is just never going to happen, and what's the point? But the point is that you're doing something challenging that most people wouldn't even dream to attempt, and that by itself is good motivation, and it's good reason to be doing this and be trying to push your limits and figure out where you're at. I'm in the rear hatch here. I just want to make sure that the struts on the rear hatch are still working. I leave it open simply to have more light because there's not a lot of it, and these windows are nice and tinted, so any extra light is good. So without further ado, let's turn the camera around here and figure out what we can do. Okay, here we are. Nice view. Sorry if you have to be greeted by views of my butt at some point. I can't help it. So as you can see, the dash looks like it's coming out here. The steering looks a little bit smaller than it would otherwise because the dash is about 3-4 inches closer to it now than it would be. I've got the key in there because that way I can still freely rotate the steering wheel so long as it's attached to the assembly. And then as you can see by the rest of it and the wiring and the hammer down below, no, I haven't used a hammer in here yet. I'm not Jeremy Clarkson, but maybe the time will come. And then down here we've got our fuel lines, and so really it's gonna be a matter of taking as much of it as humanly possible apart, and then from there getting all the wiring out. So on that side we have some lines running. Those are electrical. They are for, I think, an amp. I think somebody added an aftermarket stereo system of some sort, or some subs or something, because if I fold this seat down, you can see what looks like audio cable, and so the blue, the red, I think there's a black which may or may not be for a reverse camera, and then black and red. So black and red is usually power, and then blue looks like a audio signal, and then red is just a super thick one, so I think that might be like a powered sub type situation, but really I don't know. I'm no expert, but that's just what my gut tells me, especially since the blue is kind of a dual wire. Why is it coming out of here? I don't know. It's going into here. Oh, I see. So it goes into the speaker. So yeah, they basically turned it into a passive stereo with an amplifier, and then the speakers are all being powered through these audio cables. That makes a little more sense, which is why they all go into each of the doors individually. And I wonder if underneath there's some nice speakers. Who knows? We'll figure that out later. It's a problem for future me. Down here though, this is where the wiring is for the fuel pump, fuel line, and then fuel lines, 2 of them here. I don't know what the 3 are over there though. That I'm still kind of puzzled by. I don't know where they turn off to yet. Yeah, because they just tuck underneath there. So oh no, they're into the other side of the tank there. I see. So there's 2 sides to the tank. There's 3 lines coming out of there. Maybe they're evaporation lines, and these are the fuel pump lines. That would make kind of sense. Again, me stepping at the dark as usual, because I'm still trying to understand what we're doing. Okay, let's go to the front. Let's show you where the pickles are. No, Squidward, don't come for my pickle. Alright, so right down there, you see that little black harness going into the dash. So it has a screw that faces the part that we would be able to rotate, faces towards the glass. So it's, you know, you have to figure out how to get your hand back there in a very awkward angle. So that's the first one there. The second one is down in here. I think you can see it. It's the little white tab that's got a bundle of wires on it. I don't know if I have to break that off or not. And then the last one, and this is the one that continues to frustrate even from the last video, is the yellow clip that you see there. I think you can see it. But the yellow clip, which is the airbag, once those three are out, I've already unbolted the actual airbag from the bar, which is this big metal piece here. But yeah, this yellow clip is basically one of the last three things that has to come off before this all comes out and we can move into what comes next. So my goal is to try and get that done. I am on call, so if I get paged and I have to go to work, that's what I gotta do. But if I don't get paged and I can get a bunch of work done here, then that's gonna be the ideal situation. So let's hope for the ideal and see what happens. All right, and I can angle like this and I'll just hang out there. Okay, let me go get some tools. I'll be right back. Hello again. Let's see, I'm going to, so this is the screwdriver. I'm gonna need whatever takes this off, so probably just the screwdriver, right? Other way. Nice. Okay, I'll take it. I can't tell if these are like zip ties or something, but there's so many of these little things holding the clips in there. Alright, again, several problems for current and future me to figure out. Yeah, I think I need some clips. Okay, alright, well, we'll keep at this. Oh look, clear fluid, looks like gas. Is it gas? Probably. When in doubt, assume it's gas. I think I'm gonna, and these are hard lines. Hard lines are usually fuel lines. But you know, let's get this thing out of here and then we'll figure it out. I told myself I was willing for things to break if if it meant getting all of this out. But genuinely, I would prefer for things not to break. However, I know that that's just me being hopeful, and the chances of actually things needing to break is pretty high, which sucks. But that's how it goes sometimes. You can't control it. Let's try something, because at this point I'm out of options. Clearly, I'm not skilled enough for this right now. Need to earn some skill points or something. But, okay. So we'll keep trying. We'll keep doing different things and hopefully something sticks. But, I'm going to move you here for now. So that way you got a view of the next piece of shenanigans. Nope, that's not a good view. Maybe this is better. I mean, you can at least see the clip. That's behind. I have access to the clip again. I can go back to bashing my fingers. So basically there's a slide pin that moves forward, and then you can loosen the second portion, but I'm stuck on the first step because I suck or something. Yeah, it's way back here. It's really, really stuck. No matter what I try to do. So. If it wasn't stuck into, then I would be able to pull it out, but it is. So that green portion comes forward, and then that back portion slides out, and it's just not cooperating. Got the seats out okay. Well, that didn't work. I've broken it. Oh man. Now anything I do poses the risk of messing up my hands, which sucks, but I'm not a quitter. Oh, something came off. Makes it easier, I guess. Okay. We're almost there. Almost there. So, there's the clip. That green part used to have a little tab on it, which makes it easier to pull. It doesn't anymore because I broke it off. But a weird angle, but now you can see what's happening. And then there's a second tab here. And so if I press it down and slide this at the same time, then it should come out. And we're just gonna keep trying until it happens. It's hard not to be annoyed, I'll be honest. Okay, I'm gonna try this one other way. So the theory is that if I use the pliers to squeeze the little tab, and then I use the screwdriver to actually pull, then I might be able to actually do this. So let's give it a shot. Like that. Okay. no teeth on this, so let's try with the one that has teeth. Might help with actually grabbing and not slipping. The conclusion of all of this is my hand grip is not very strong, but I already knew that. This should have come out by now, just with what I was doing there. Let's see, so press the button, slide the pin, and pull. Oh, Mail's here. Oh, cool. Okay, perfect. That works out. I have a surgery on Monday. I didn't have what I needed. I ordered it yesterday and it showed up today, so sometimes it all works out. All right, back to where we're at. So this side should slide out. This side should just be able to hang out, and it's not wanting to, and I am puzzled because these two are just pinned in there, so they should come out, but they're not. So let's try this. Oops. You okay in there? Sorry. Try this. You might be slightly less in the danger zone here. Not really. None of us are safe. Of course, bending over and being in this angle doesn't feel very good either, but what are you gonna do? I really don't want to break the clip if I can help it. While I don't need the airbag here, I would like to retain the full functionality of kind of everything that we're working with. So I'm just gonna try and stay patient, and hopefully it'll give. This is like the area in the car outside of the engine that is kind of exposed to the most heat, especially like indirect heat, when you consider that this is where everything ends up as far as getting trapped, because the air vents send the cool air out into the cabin, but none of these components really get exposed to that. Trying not to stab my hand in the middle of this. The clip's definitely getting destroyed though. Not really much I can do about it. makes me want to rake up a pile of leaves and just go lay out there. You know, we'll just let time take care of this. Eventually there will be nothing left. It'll all disintegrate to nothing. Too dark for Saturday morning. Alright. Come on. I believe in you. Come on now. Oh. So the green clip was all the way forward, so that's promising. The question is, once it's all the way forward, why isn't this other part just sliding back out? Because that's what it's supposed to do. And it's not. Yeah, normally it's supposed to be super straightforward and cooperate. And it's just not sliding back, which is very, very annoying and unusual. So let's try it again. Alright, we are pressed downwards. We're moved all the way forward. And now, nothing. Is there something I'm missing? No. Looks just the same as all the others. Let me see on this side. There's a second set of connectors. That's totally normal. Dang, we're already 40 minutes in and I haven't even done anything. Ugh. Every time I'm out here, I'm hopeful that things will go smoother than they do. Every time I'm out here, when they don't, I'm not exactly surprised, but I'm like, how come this phase of it is being so difficult? And I don't have a good answer for that one. I don't really think anyone does. So let's just keep trying and see what happens. Maybe just nope, can't brute force it out. Okay, let's go look. Let's go look at the connector on the chair. All right, there's the connector on the chair. Will it come all the way back? No, but it won't come all the way out. Okay, here we are. Now, if we look inside, clearly the green portion is just a slide forward and back. Okay. And there is a little channel. It's hard to see in this light. You can see it. There's a little channel. So my theory at this point is that the connector side, that's this, remains attached to the airbag, just like on this side, because the seat has an airbag here, right? And then on the slide pin, so this comes out, push back, stays in place, and the other one will come back, and it's the whole housing. So it really is a move it all the way forward, press the clip, and pull with all your might situation. this is my view. The leaves are looking kind of nice out here, and I haven't raked anything yet. Don't judge me. Alright, if we can get this clip, I'm going to consider today a success. If we can't get this clip, I will probably come back later after taking a little break, and who knows, maybe I'll try off camera again and have some success. But I'm trying not to stream for more than an hour, just so I can organize my videos as far as like how far I've come and what's taking the longest and levels of frustration and all that. Okay, so where are we at? This green thing has to slide forward. The other good part of what I see here is that this this tab is coming down well. There's a secondary notch, and I'll show you on this other connector. So this is, there it is, okay. So this is the connector, right? This is the way it's sliding in. The green thing slides over here. So basically when we depress the clip, the hope is that the top notch here goes all the way down. When it does, and we slide the green thing forward, that's when this comes out of the channel, and we should be able to slide it out. So same to same, kind of upside down, okay, there we go. So like this. So let's give it a shot. The theory is there, the execution is lacking. Thanks, Dad. Not really. My dad's awesome. But it's funny to think about. My grip. Maybe that'll make a difference. Not quite. Okay, left hand more force. Still just on the clip. Okay, more force. Still just on the clip. Push, 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 push. Not quite. We're getting closer. I feel better about this every time I'm doing it. Is it sketchy? Yes. Do I feel like I'm going to get stabbed? Absolutely. But we're getting closer. No squeezy layhando, sir. Please. That's painful. That's like a retirement home. Sometimes you need the grippy socks. Okay. Push forward. Push forward. Hold. Nope, nope, nope. Push forward, and hold. Mr. Krabs, you're getting all sweaty again. No shit, SpongeBob. Do I clip the airbag? That would be unwise. Someone would want to use it. Definitely don't do that. Okay, I will not clip the airbag. Deal. I can do that. I'm still less convinced than I was before. Let's go look at the clip again. Because I think this happened on the passenger side seat. Because I remember it just leaning back and being at a stupid angle for a long time. So let's see what happens when this gets pushed all the way back. Is there any mechanism in here that changes outside of it being further away? The answer is no. There's no change. Okay. And let's go look at the other side. Let's go look at the clip. Okay. So this clip inserted all the way, plugs in on two different sides, but there's still only one mechanism of removal. That's this guy. There's nothing on the bottom or on the sides. And now that we've got this one out and free, Let's take another look. Clearly I missed where I was trying to hold on to, but I do not see any other place for it to clip onto or to be super effective. So we go again. We just go again and keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. I will get this. I will get this. Yeah. Okay. And push this forward. It's genuinely stuck. Like, what the heck? There's no other portion on it that would make it. Ooh. Messed up my finger a little here. That's okay. Keep going, keep going. Alright, I'm doing this off camera. I don't want it to blow up when I'm live. I tried. I tried. Yeah, genuinely don't know what's up. Alright, until next time, hopefully later today. Bye. Maybe not. Release.